Welcome back to my Factorio Let's Play. In the last one, we had just got some steel set up. It's not the best. Still needs work. I honestly think it's just gonna need like another thing of these. Either maybe up here, making steel, and then I could probably do that this episode. I could probably get some more steel making going on right here and then feed it in directly right before. So skip everything else that uses steel and go straight to one line that's going for these things and this stuff. But actually, it looks like for low density structures, we're running low on... We're not running low. We are just missing some upgrade. We're going to plop that down. There is still 500 things that are yellow belts. So that right there was limiting us because it was a full red belt, getting slowed down to 15 per second, back on a red belt, and then there's only half the red belt full. So that should hopefully fix that. Something I thought about in... Well, I also read a comment that somebody said when I was going over my space science. Oh, because see here, this is completely stopped because this belt's not moving anymore, which is bad. We don't want that. Somebody said I need to have... I've never done this before. Never linked a belt like onto a or linked a inserter, not an inserter, like a circuit condition onto a belt. I've never done that before, but somebody said I need to click on this, enable, disable, read belt contents, pulse signal sent for one tick when the item enters the belt, hold signal is sent continuously as long as I don't really know. I thought about how to do this in a way that makes sense to me. I'm still not great at the like logistics of wires and circuits and stuff, but I thought about it. So what I can do is I can do this. I need to send some up there. I'm also going to send some other things up there as well. But I can make a splitter that prioritizes... let me send this stuff up here so I can talk about it while I'm doing it. So I also want to send up some speed modules. And... some... efficiency modules, just in case. Stack of those. Okay, so we'll send that stuff up. And the splitter was my idea, so I had the idea to, like, as a way to do it, because I'm not really sure how to do circuits or circuit conditions like on a belt. What I'm gonna do once this rocket lands, basically what I want this to keep moving. Like, all these things are backed up, they're collecting rocks, they're full. I'm putting it on a sushi belt, which is like 3 different items on one belt. The problem here is, say I'm using all the ice up and I'm not using enough of the other 2, it's gonna get to a point where it stops, it deadlocks, and then nothing will work because there's going to be missing ice, but we're not rotating the belt because there's too much of the other 2 on here. So my idea for this, I'm going to put a splitter here. It's going to output priority left, so it's going to force it to go through the left one. And I got to adjust this, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Output priority to the left. So it's going to focus on getting items through the left. But as soon as it stops, then it will feed stuff out the right. And when stuff gets fed out the right, like if the belt's locked, then I trash it. And I think that'll keep it moving. I think that should keep it moving. Because now, if it gets too full, nothing can be placed, then stuff will come out right here and it'll throw it away. So we'll see if that does it. I also sent up some... Let's put some speed modules in these things and see how that does with our power up here. Oh, power's great. So we have more than enough solar panels. So that's all well and good. I also want to see... Put some of these in here until there is... I want this to put iron in there until there is... Well, there is less than 100. So while there's less than 100 in here, this is going to feed it in here. And I'm doing that because I'm going to put another one of these right here. Like this. And now we just added an extra one without having to smelt the iron ore that's in here. So there's some iron ores getting crushed off of the asteroids, put in here. Then it's being smelted by these two. Then this one is it's putting iron plates into here, but then also this inserter is saying read the contents of this. If there's less than 100 in here, then put some in here as well, so that this one right here can grab them out of here. And that, now with the speed modules, we're making 50 per minute. Not bad. A little bit more. Now it shouldn't, if my logistic idea right here works, it shouldn't deadlock. The only problem now I can see is there being too much iron and carbon, which is, see, there's like, I want to say there's a majority like of the asteroids out here are like not the ice one. Like the ice is like a lot less frequent, or maybe you just use more of it. I don't know. But for now, we'll just reevaluate. That was my idea. I was like, oh, wait, I think I know how to fix it. So hopefully that just runs for a while and gets us a bunch of science. Which we have a good amount. There's like a big belt of it. I could probably get one more like science tech researched. No, I was right. We are kind of low on... We're low on plastic. Why is that? Kind of low on coal, but I don't think that's why. I think our things just can't really keep up. So we're gonna put some speed modules in here. I gotta be careful with speed modules because our power is gonna spike. I think that should probably be the next thing I do, is get these going with nuclear. But problem I was having with that is I was needing these to be made and there wasn't getting enough steel. The last episode we fixed the steel issue somewhat. Got a little bit more steel going. And I think steel stopped being used here because plastic kind of got slowed down. But once we get those speed modules in there, that should buff up the plastic a little bit. So before we can do nuclear power, there's something we need to do first, and it's going to be this Covarex enrichment process. This is very, very necessary. It might take some time to get it all researched because it's 1,000 science, but it is very important that you get Covarex going. So while that is researching, I'm going to take these centrifuge, and this is probably a good amount. 47, that's probably more than enough, but I'm going to start refining the uranium. hop in my car here so this is faster. I don't think I have fuel for this thing. There we go. One tree can fuel this car. Apparently it cannot because I have my personal logistics on and that tree immediately went in the trash and got taken away. Whoops. There we go. Before I do anything too crazy with any more building onto the base, I really got to get more power. And also, now that I mentioned that, I'm gonna go for nuclear now, but I can start throwing down some more solar panel setups because I'm sure we have a lot of those stocked up. Oh, we got tons. 500 regular ones and 700 regular ones. Oh yeah, I made this into a blueprint, I think. Right? This is the same one? Yeah, so I don't have to copy paste it. I can just grab that blueprint. We're gonna throw a couple more of these down, like right here. How much is in this one? It takes 100, so we have like 500. We'll do like 4 more of these solar panel setups, and that just gives us a little bit more power. To work with a little bit more of a reserve power. There we go. So that should be good. This one is within range, building range, I believe. If not, we'll throw this down right here. So that'll give us some more power. I think just tons of solars. Always good because it's just free and infinite. Okay, so this is how I do the centrifuges. Uranium processing. I don't know if it's the best way, but this is how I do it. So I'm going to power these up. And we're going to tell these regular uranium processing. This is 7. These take a really long time to do, so I'll do like 10. I don't know if it'll keep up, but we'll do 10 of those. Copy paste the recipe, and it's going to output onto a belt right here. So it's going to take stuff in, copy, paste. Whoops. All right, so this takes 10 uranium ore, and it makes a lot of the dark green and a tiny little bit. Like, that's the percentage chance. So 99% of the time it's going to make the low grade uranium, and 0.7% of the time it's going to make the high grade uranium. So what we want is the high grade uranium, because for nuclear we need a lot of these, but we also need enough of the low grade. So what I do is draw this out here. It's probably overkill on the centrifuges. I could probably like merge this into one big belt or something, but it's fine. We're gonna have more centrifuge by the time we actually get Covrex unlocked, because that also takes centrifuge. Covrex is good to start early because it takes so long to do. Okay, so this is taking the uranium ore. Obviously, these aren't keeping up fully, whatever. I'm gonna merge these together because it's a very slow input. These can all go onto the same belt. And then copy paste this right here. copy paste it again. In the middle here. This is all going on to one belt. All right, so now we have an output. We have all this dark green uranium, very small percent chance we'll get a very few amount of the light green uranium. And what I do is I just let this stuff run because you do need some of the light green to start this process. But what Covrix is you run it through these things. Once you have 41, or once you have 40 of the light green uranium, you can start Covrix process. It takes 1 whole minute, but it turns 40 light green and 5 dark green into 41 light green and 2 dark green. So it uses up some of the dark green and it creates 1 extra light green one. So eventually you're basically converting it into the light green one, which is what you want for uranium fuel, what you have to have for uranium fuel. So this up a little bit. So we got a couple going here. I don't know if this is super messy, but I end up storing it into, just so this isn't all blinking, we're gonna do this. I end up storing it into a ton of chests like so, because this just keeps everything running for a while. Like, I'll store this up, like, okay, these stack to, what do they stack to? They stack to 100. There's 48, so 4,800 times 7, and then I'll just loop it back around and do it again. You might say, Greg, why are you doing this? This looks ridiculous. But this is like a huge infinite storage space, and it'll just let this stuff run for a while, which we kind of just want to set it and forget it, because it's just going to take a lot of time, honestly. Oh, and I heard that alert. Nice, we're getting attacked from the east, so we have to go deal with that. So we'll set this and forget it. Let this stuff stock up. Eventually, we'll check back in on it. And oh my gosh, I have to go deal with some biters. So I just do that because that could run a really long time. We don't want it. Obviously, it's really bad to just use the base recipe because we're barely getting any of the good uranium. But they destroyed that, so that's not great. Let's see what they got. What did they kill here? They killed the power pole that was connecting this, I guess. Oh, up here. Man, this is oversight, because things that only have one connection, like this whole thing was only connected by these 2 areas up here and down here. If one of the power poles gets destroyed, then it will just stop working, and you got to figure out where it was. So I'm gonna create another thing right here, and maybe this episode's gonna pivot and we're gonna make more defenses on the east side, because I don't know really where that attack came from. But this is going to our steel production, which we got to make sure is running all the time. So this, we used all the solar panels up. That's crazy. All right, so let's see. Pollution cloud, it's these ones right here. So I have to work on building a wall here, and I'm gonna have to copy this again and go get all the stuff for that. I'm gonna go deal with those biters really quick with some turret creep strats. because I don't want them to knock out my iron mining again. That would be bad. Oh my gosh, these bots are so slow. Please. Please go faster. Okay. And yeah. Make a little wall to fall back to right here. And slowly creep up. Alright. That's good. Those ones. And grab these ones back. Was this a base right here? That's some worms that can't send us any attackers. So I think we're okay for now, but this is desert. There's not a lot of trees soaking up the pollution, so we are gonna have to get a wall out here. And I can't remember if I made laser turrets or not. I did not. But now that we have the blue chests, I can actually do that a lot easier. I don't really want to run the ammo out to the east. We may have to until I get more laser turrets built. Or laser turrets automated in the first place, because I have not done that yet. Let's see. Back over here. Took out a power pole, that's not good. Okay. We got Covrex, we got nuclear fuel, that's pretty good. We kind of gotta wait till we get 40 of the light green ones total. So it's gonna be a while because the mining speed is just not there. Which is fine. We're just gonna set that and forget about it. So build that wall. Oh yeah. Do some where to do this at. You buy all this stuff right here. So we're gonna say this is gonna be making laser turrets, and to make a laser turret we need batteries, we need steel, and we need chips. Steel's right here, so I'll just do this and move it a bit closer, and then we're gonna place one of these blue chests. And we need everything except steel. So speed modules in there. So it's going to take steel out of here, and it's going to take those out of there, and it's going to put into a chest right here. Alright, so we have laser turrets. Eventually they'll build these things and it'll start requesting the items for it. I just have to make sure that I have green chips on the logistics network. We have 2,000. I don't know if it's actively on it, but we'll find out eventually, I guess. And then we have to make sure batteries are being added actively into the network. So put a chest right here. And just add one stack of batteries into a red chest so it's actively on the network. Things can grab from it. I don't know if this is like a good strat. This is just what I do for this, but just to make sure that there's always a constant flow, I'll put little boxes with like one stack of something, so there's like, if I need that one item, things can grab it. Like bots can grab it to make that item. But I think I'm just gonna risk leaving this undefended for now, because I don't have a ton of time left in this video. This is still working, that's good. next research we're gonna do, because we don't have any of the other sciences, is gonna be which planet we want to go to, because I guess that's the next thing, which is kind of crazy. We're gonna set this to start making the thrusters, and we're gonna put quality modules in there. So we get a chance of making better thrusters that use less fuel. Pretty soon we're gonna have to make an actual spaceship. Why is this not keeping up? These aren't getting... Oh, they are. Oh, these ones at the end weren't. That's weird. I wonder why this is not keeping up. Maybe next I need to make some of the green assemblers. I was going to try this playthrough to go to space before I make purple and yellow science, but I don't know. At this point, I might do the next upgrade to like faster assemblers and faster belts. We'll see. Now putting some speed modules to supplement things would be good. It's gonna take forever to start. What can we do next? What can we do next? I think I'm gonna launch a new space platform starter pack, which I don't know if I automated those yet. I did not. That's something I definitely gotta get making by itself. Here we go. Space platform, steel, and blue chips. Okay, and then we need a few of these. Alright, so that way we can make some new space platforms. I'll do like 5 of those. That should be good. Those take a while to make. But I will launch that up and create our first. That's a very interesting name. I'm tempted to just leave it. Linus Vapid Narkling. And this is going to be our ship that we use to travel between planets, which we're going to start doing soon. I'm probably going to want to make some more of these rocket silos eventually, which I'll have to redo this area because there's not really anywhere else I could put another one of those. Yeah, we get a good amount of Space platform foundation built up. We can start working on a spaceship. These are building up pretty nice. So we got some nuclear reactors made. We have some heat pipes. So we're definitely ready for nuclear. The only thing we need now for nuclear to happen is we have to get enough uranium-235 so that we can start the Covarex enrichment process. We need 40 of them. Once we set that going, it'll turn all the dark green into light green, which we need a lot of if we're going to get this going. So, but yeah, I'm going to launch this up to create that new space platform for our interplanetary spaceship. And I think I'm going to call it for this episode. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.